beautiful fam? Welcome back to Unapologetically Wild with me, Kadi Sonntag. I am so excited. Today I want to talk about self-concept and self-image and all of the things, right? Because this has been a really big theme for me recently. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory and then we'll go into what this means and how it affects women and how it's a really big thing when it comes to the gym. And that's where I'm going to sit with in body image, self-image, all the things, right? So I'm starting with the example of recently, literally yesterday, I did something that I know is a pattern for me. And so I chose to sit in it and to allow myself to move through it. Now, this is the great thing about self-awareness because once you know the patterns that are yours, you can change them, right? You can actually choose whether you want to keep living them or if you want to move past them. So what happened was recently, as you all know, I'm on my leave from the defense and I had to find a new gym. Okay, I didn't have to, but I chose to because I was like, this is a new stage. I love going to a CV gym. Right? I get to wear a cute crop, which I'm wearing right now. You see me on YouTube. You can see it's my favorite outfit. And I was like, oh my God, this is exciting. And though it was a new gym, right? So for me, what happens is sometimes if I haven't been to the gym in a while and my body shape changes, right? Because let's be honest, our body shape is changing all the time. It's just that sometimes we're like super like, whoa, this is great. And other times we're like, oh, absolutely not. So just a really nice little D in there. And actually that was a gym, not the gym I chose. That's a whole nother story, which I might go into a little bit later. We'll see. So what happened was I was like, okay, I'm going to wear a crop. And because I hadn't been to the gym in a while and my body shape had changed, I was like, this is going to be a stretch for me. It's going to make me feel uncomfortable because one, it's a new gym. So I don't really know the people, which is kind of why I like to join new gyms. FYI, I love not knowing people because side note, being a PT for a couple of, 7 years in the army, everyone like comes and talks to you when you're at the gym. And sometimes I just don't want people to talk to me because I'm like, I'm in the zone. And sometimes I fucking love it, right? Like there's the polar opposites. Some days I'm like, talk to me. Other days I'm like, don't talk to me. So wild. So nice to join a gym where I just get to train and do my own thing. And the other point there is I used to just talk to them and not just set a boundary of being like, okay, I'm trying to train, which at a new gym I don't have to do. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm in a new gym, all the things. And so I was like, cool, I'm going to wear a crop. Super uncomfortable. I was like, had my bag, put all my stuff in, took my top off, and I was wearing long pants, like, you know what I mean? So I'm inching my way into it. Today I have a crop and shorts on and I'm definitely going to the gym and I'm going to look absolutely banging because I am absolutely banging in every way, no matter how my body shape changes. So I love this because the thing with self-worth and self-concept and self-perception is it actually doesn't matter what your body looks like. If you learn and keep tapping into loving yourself and talking to yourself in like, I love you, you're beautiful, and actually accept the times when you don't feel comfortable, which is totally okay too, right? We get to also honor that sometimes we don't feel comfortable. And though, what are we choosing? So I was like, I'm going to go into this gym and I'm going to fucking own myself being in a crop. And at first, it was tunnel vision, right? I was like, oh my God, I'm in a crop. I don't know these people. These people are staring at me. They're not staring at you. They're not staring at me. And if they are, you're fucking welcome because I spend a lot of time and energy on this body and it looks fucking banging. So I was like not in that mindset when I was obviously first taking my jumper off. And so I was like, oh my God. And I like, when you're in tunnel vision, I don't know if you've ever had this before, but if you have, you'll understand this. What happens is all you see is everything just in front of you. And you actually don't notice people, places, or things. And you feel like people are watching you. You feel really constricted and really small, right? It's totally the worst feeling in the world. And though, because I knew it was a pattern and I knew that's what I was doing and I knew my thoughts were going to follow, right? They're like, you can't do this, put the top back on, you shouldn't be wearing that, you're not as skinny as you used to be, right? Like it's all coming up. because I know it's a pattern. And I'm like, okay, stop. Because I'm like, no. We are not letting this be continual. And you know that you look banging and you're amazing. So let's just go into that. So first I look up and I look around the gym. Now, look, this takes me a little bit of time, right? I'm kind of surveying. I'm looking for the equipment I want. There's definitely places and things I'm conscious not to go around. Like there was a group of men in one area, and I was like, I'm definitely not going over there. But I was in the weight room. I was right in front of the mirror, and I was like, fuck yeah! Like I was just immersing myself in the fact that I looked amazing, and that sometimes when I sat down, I didn't. And I was like, you know what? I fucking love you, and I'm so grateful for this body and what you can do and how strong you are. And the fact that I have the ability to do this in a gym, because in an army gym, I can't be in a crop. So it's like actually a fucking privilege and so beautiful for me to wear a crop in a gym. Like some people take that for granted, but babe, it's fucking fire when you don't get to do that all the time. There's another reason why I join CV gyms, because I want to look banging and look at myself and be like, babe, you're hot, you're sexy. And I fucking love that. So I was like, okay, look around, open yourself up, stop the thoughts, right? So I'm continually being like, stop the thoughts, stop the thoughts, stop the thoughts, stop the thoughts. And then I'm like, what are we going with instead? So you got to allow yourself to be okay with it, like accept that the thoughts are coming up. Don't shame them at all. Don't guilt yourself for them. Don't see them as bad. They're just thoughts, right? They're just the old programming, and I get to switch it with my new programming. So I'm like, you look amazing, fucking love you, all the things. And then I took a photo of me sitting down, and my belly is fucking everywhere. And I put it on Instagram, and I was like, this is for all of you to know that you are worthy no matter what your body looks like at any stage time. Because also that was a reminder for me. That was when I hit the point where I was like, you are fucking worthy no matter how you look, bending over, standing up. You know what I mean? Sometimes we sit down and you're like, oh my God, I'm flabby. You're not, babe. It's just when you sit down, that's normal, right? When you stand up, it all elongates. Oh my gosh, what a word. It all like obviously goes with you. And if you didn't have that extra skin and belly and all the things, when you sat down, you would never be able to stand up, right? So there's a whole thing. And I love it because I was showing that. And then I was like, next picture was like me just sitting normally looking fucking banging, right? Because I absolutely am. And I got to appreciate myself and also show everyone else that this is totally normal, right? We as women put so much fucking pressure on our body that it's fucked up, right? It's actually ridiculous because if we look a certain way, it actually doesn't mean anything. I know women who look fucking epic and they will tell you that they don't like certain parts of their body or that they feel shit about themselves. You can go and do an 8-week fucking lose weight program and you might look banging. One, you're either going to go back, you're not going to change your self-worth story because you're literally sitting in the same internal body of your internal stories, right? And you may have changed it externally, but I bet you're still thinking the same internal thoughts. Like, oh, I could lose more weight. Oh, I could be more ripped. Oh, I wish I was that woman over there. Babe, you need to change your internal story about your self-image, self-perception, and what you deem as worthy, which is you every moment of every day. You are so fucking worthy. People are calling me. Don't understand why. Don't know that number. They'll come back to me. So this is it, right? You are so worthy. And I love that that call came through. Literally the calling of you are so worthy. You are so fucking worthy. No matter what, ding, right? Confirmation. You are so fucking worthy. Just being. Your body is a absolute vessel that you get to appreciate, no matter what it looks like. And it's so interesting when people go on this fitness journey, right? Because let's be honest, some people do have goals where they're going to become bodybuilders, right? And honestly, you're going to have to be a bit critical about your body because obviously you're going for a goal where you are judged on your physique. And that's fine, right? Like that's okay too. And though, what is your internal self-worth story around your body? Because that's the nuance here. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't matter if you've gained 20 kilos. It doesn't matter if you lost 20 kilos. It doesn't matter if you haven't been to the gym or you've been injured or any of the things. It's about coming back into loving yourself, being worthy anyway, being worthy no matter what your body looks like. And it's a constant process. And we get to also love exactly what our body can do for us. And another reason I want to talk into this is because it's a feeling and an energy that we create when we allow ourselves to feel into how worthy we are of everything in life, right? This is irregardless of whatever you want. It's about you being so determined, delulu, if you want to go into that, so like definite that you are worthy no matter what. Doesn't mean the stories don't come up. But what it does mean is that you are so fucking worthy. So whatever you go after, you know that you are worthy of it, no matter what you look like, no matter, what your mind wants to tell you, no matter all of these things. Because let's be real, we're going around in a lot of subconscious programming, a lot of different energies that are hitting us all at the same time, right? So we don't want to also be running along in those stories or those timelines and being like, oh my God, I'm going to add to hating myself. Because let's be honest, the person next to you is not thinking about that. The person in the gym next to you is actually just either admiring themselves or in their own head about it all. So it's like, how do we get to be like, nobody's looking at you? And if they are, babe, they admire you. Change the perception. Change the way you think about it. If somebody is admiring you and looking at your body, or maybe they're watching what you're doing and they're like, fuck, I wish I could do that. Change it. Make it that. Because guess what? That's what's going to come into your reality, right? So the more we think people are watching us and we feel insecure and not safe in our body, and we don't feel worthy, we just keep attracting shit like that to us. The more we feel worthy and we're like, fuck yeah, and I sat in that uncomfortability and then I looked around and I was like, fuck, I'm hot. Fuck, I'm sexy. Fuck, I'm strong. I am absolutely amazing. And no one else knows my story. No one else knows what I used to look like. This is the other thing. And no one else is judging me except me. So when I get into that energy of I'm a boss fucking babe and I'm killing it and I'm doing all the things and I'm magnetic as fuck, right? And these are small things throughout your day. The gym is a really good one. It's just a really good analogy for it because a lot of us go to the gym, right? And a lot of people struggle with taking their top off. And I get it. Babe, same. You're not alone. But it's like, how do we keep showing up with intention each day and being like, fuck yeah. If you want to go even a step further, how do we become the architect, words, the architect of our reality? So not just going to the gym and being like, I'm boss babe and I'm beautiful and I'm amazing, and just like appreciating and being in your heart and so fucking grateful for you, for your body, for what it can do and for what it looks like, babe. That it carries you in this life with everything you do. Wild, right? The energy of that is juicy and magnetic. And you just get to be in that. Like, that is just such a beautiful, loving, amazing energy that imagine if you just sat in that while you're at the gym, right? Babe, you should have seen me the other day when I was in that energy and I was like totally just feeling myself. Honestly, I met such a beautiful woman, like, who helped me with all the things, right? I then got to speak to another aligned woman who wants to have me on a podcast. Like, these things come into you when you allow yourself to be in your magnetism. And this is so beautiful because it's like you get to be in your magnetism and be in your body and love the shit out of this bad boy, right? Doesn't mean that you might be like, oh, I still want to go to the gym and work on it. Oh, babe, here for it, absolutely. Or you still want to get a little bit fitter, or maybe you've gone back a bit in something and you want to improve it or get back to close to where you were, maybe not. Babe, maybe it looks different. Maybe we get to create this new reality where it looks different. But if you want to go that step further and architect your reality, you want to be the architect of your reality. Ah, woo! Channels on. If you want to be the architect of your own reality, then before you go to the gym, why don't you tell yourself and say it out loud? And this is beautiful because I just did, side story, last night did a beautiful prayer with like learning of prayer and allowing and being with prayer and being in the feeling of it and being the architect of your existence, right? Because we're the creators of our reality. So why not be the architect and actually talk it out loud? And so whether you pray to God, the universe, all the things, right? Well, whether that's a thing for you or not, totally fine, because this doesn't have to be that way. It literally can be as you're driving to the gym, you're like, oh, this is going to be the most epic gym session. I am going to feel invigorated. I'm going to feel alive. I'm going to feel so strong and sexy and powerful. And after the session, I am going to be in this beautiful love and gratitude for everything that I get in this life and the existence, for the gym, for my body, for my all of it, right? Everything. And then watch how it happens. Baby, you talk anything to the universe, it's going to happen exactly that way. It's listening to every thought you have. It's listening to everything you say. Why not be the architect and tell it how you want it to be? Same with your body. Same with your self-worth. And look, there are going to be moments when you're not very good at this. And let's just shut the shit out. There's going to be a lot when you're not aware as well, where you don't do it, okay? I get it, right? But what the beautiful part of this is when you change that programming, when you choose, and this is the choice, right? When you choose to start to catch those thoughts. So when you're going into a moment where you're like, oh my God, my tummy is a bit big today, or I shouldn't have eaten that, I'm bloated, or I don't love my arms, or, I haven't been to the gym in a while, so my body isn't as tight and strong and all of the things. Why don't you just go back and be like, fuck yeah, I'm at the gym today? Like, why does it have to be so many things? And why do you have to be so many things? Can you not just love and be you and then get to improve that in any way you see fit, right? Like, the juice of that. Like the absolute release of pressure, the release of stress, and the allowance of being in your absolute pure love energy, gratitude energy, magnetism, your feminism as a woman, right? Instead of looking at it as I have to do it, is I get to shift the narrative. Instead of being like, I used to be all of these things, or, back in the day, or this is what I want, instead of talking all that out, because the more you talk about that, even to your friends, right? And this is a big thing that I have to catch myself a lot of the time, is when I'm talking and you're in a subconscious um, program where you keep saying the thing, and you may not catch yourself till after when you revise the conversation, like later in the day when you're journaling or whatever happens, and you may not catch it in the moment, right? So it's okay, and you appreciate the fact that you're like, okay, today I spoke about myself in a really poor way, or I made myself small to make other people feel bigger, right? And that's a really big one, especially when it comes to fitness, when it comes to health, when it comes to all the things, when it comes to self-promotion. And that doesn't mean in a negative way. And that's the thing. When I say some of these things, if you get a negative context to it, or something pops up in your head when I say self-promotion, self-love, all of this stuff, and you start having negative thoughts, catch them, because they're happening probably right now. I'm going to say 100%. Because there's so many things also that I listen to that I'm like, oh, didn't catch that thought. Or, wow, I didn't realize I thought that about that. And it happens all the time, right? I was listening to Millionaire Mind with money, right? Talking about money. And it's thinking about, how do you think about rich people? What do you think about them? What do you think about fit people? What do you think about, bodybuilders? What do you think about Olympic athletes? What do you think about, obviously in the context of the book, it was all about money and about rich people, right? And so a lot of people have negative connotations to people that are rich, right? Some people may think they're not, some of the examples they used were sort of like they're not, what did I say? They don't give a lot. They're not generous. They're not all these things, right? And all the rich people I know are super fucking generous, but didn't mean I didn't have those thoughts, right? And so it's about sitting with it and being like, what do I think about myself? What do I think about my body when it comes to fitness? What do I think about money? What do I think about people, right? In general, what is my perception? Because until you understand your perception, and I mean go there, like sometimes you don't want to hear that underneath a lot of it, it's a feeling of unworthiness. Sometimes you don't want to hear that it's a feeling of not being enough. And I'm talking from experience because I literally sat through this morning in regards to money and abundance, right? So this is a thing. Until you actually understand what your habits, your beliefs, and all of your thoughts are on this, and you release them, you can actually write them out and be with. So like say you want to call something in, right? I did this beautiful practice this morning. So perfect timing to tell you all about it. Is you write down what you want, right? So for example, I want 100K. Okay? So let's just say that's my example. And then it's like, cool, what are my beliefs, thoughts, and I mean good ones and bad ones. And like I'm only putting good and bad in a context so you can understand it. But I mean like what are the thoughts, beliefs, and habits and things that come up around that? Write them all down, right? Write them all down. And then how do we allow ourselves to be with that? Like there's some that come up that are not pretty at all, right? Not pretty. And same with our body. You can do the same thing with your body and your health, right? You can same with your health. You can be like, I want to be healthier. I don't really know one actually. I didn't really think about that this morning. But you can have health goal here, whatever that looks like to you, right? You insert your health goal. Clearly I did money this morning because I had a money one for you. So that's really important to write down and just to understand how you feel about it. You don't even need to go into the next part. I mean, you can, there are more to that, but if you want to, reach out to me and we can talk about it. But it means that you just get to be aware of what you actually think. And is it true and is it serving you? Because let's be honest, a lot of these things may have served us in the past. So a lot of these thoughts, habits, and beliefs may have actually served us in the past for different outcomes that we needed, or maybe through trauma or through our past existence with different people and where we were, right? So they're not wrong. None of this is wrong. It's just, is it serving us in the next level or is it costing you? Because if it's costing you your health, for example, I have some beautiful clients and people that tell me that sometimes they don't go to the gym during the day and they go at night because they don't want to be around other people. I love a quiet gym, so I get it. And though, what is it costing them? One, costing them maybe a community that they could get involved in and actually learn to love fitness and being around people. Two, it means that they're restricted in the time that they're going. So that means that they choose to go at nighttime. So at a time that's even later than what they probably would go, which means that that could impact their sleep, which means that also when they go into the gym, they may also be a little bit heightened and stressed because they're trying to avoid situations. So that's actually not serving their workout, their energy, their time, their space, everything, their freedom. So how do we get to sit in our body and feel safety and allow ourselves to be like, it actually doesn't matter who's at the gym. It doesn't matter if they're looking at me. It doesn't matter if any of these things because I feel so good in my body and I know that I'm worthy to be as I am no matter what. You get to build that safety. You get to build that feeling so that that's not what happens, right? That you're not restricted and that you're not worried about what you wear and that you're not worried about what it looks like. If you sit down and there's, a bit of overlap over your, tights or something, or, it's not perfectly flat, you get to change the narrative. And only you can do it. Only these clients could do that. And once they did, fuck, they loved going to the gym. They released all these old patternings and all these old stories and all of this stuff so that they could go to the gym, walk in, some of them in a crop, some of them not. You also don't have to wear a crop, right? And this is the thing. When we change our self-image, it's how we show up, and then the world shows up for us in that way. Because the more you talk into the crap, the more you talk into the shit stories, the more you talk into it being not great, it's going to continue to be not great. It's going to continue to restrict your life. It's going to continue to not allow you to see opportunities that are coming in for you. The more you talk into the greatness and how grateful you are and the bigness and how fucking proud you are and how much you love your butt. Like, I fucking love my ass. It's amazing, right? Like, it's totally my best feature, I think. Everyone can debate that if they like. And I don't fucking care. Because it's my favorite part, right? I check myself out often, right? And so I get to go to the gym, check myself out, fucking love doing what I do, and be in this beautiful energy. And guess what? It's only going to attract all the most incredible things to me. And I just get to be in the fucking juiciness of it. And life gets to be fun and exciting and joyful because that's what I'm sitting in. And I've allowed those crappy thoughts to be there and told them, go away. They don't serve me anymore. Thank you. I love you. Let's move on. And I just get to be like, fuck, I love my body. I love what it can do. I love how it holds me. I love that I'm in the gym right now having a workout. And I get to wear whatever the fuck I want, right? I love right now, and this is a really beautiful perception. I'm wearing, obviously, workout gear, Ugg boots, because I fucking love them. And I'm wearing earrings, right? I woke up this morning, I was like, I just want to fucking feel amazing. And this is what makes me feel amazing, right? None of it needs to make sense to any other fucker watching, being here, any of the things. I just get to fucking love it and get to be in my full expression. And so do you. And this is what this looks like. You don't want to be restricting. And a lot of people are restricting themselves when it comes to fitness, when it comes to their life, when it comes to working a 9 to 5, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to all of the things. And it just is about you changing your perception. It's not getting rid of everything unless that serves you. But what it is, it's about changing your internal world. That will change your external, no matter what you're in. When I did this in the military, so many more people helped me do things. So many more people came and wanted to be a part of what I was doing when I changed my reality. And this is the piece. It starts with us and ends with us. If you keep looking external to other people and being like, wow, she has an amazing body. She's super lucky. That's my favorite. No, she's not. She's worked super fucking hard for that. And she's gone through all the stories that you've got. And she's decided to keep going and commit and be consistent and have discipline. That's it. That's all it is. And she chose to change her story. And that is what I love helping women do, is change the story, change the internal world so that everything is magnetized to them tenfold. Your self-image and your self-concept is yours alone. No one else is thinking that about you. I bet if you go and ask your family and friends what they think about you, it'll be nothing of what you think about them. Or the flip side is it'll be a mirror of what you are thinking about yourself. So you'll have either some people that'll show you what they see, and then some people may mirror back to you what you see. But I bet you $1,000,000 that when you change that and you ask again, that will change. And you will actually see people tell you the things that you're fucking good at all the time. I have friends message me all the time and tell me the things that I do great for them, that they love. Because I know that I have so many incredible talents and I'm so fucking good at what I do that they also believe and feel that. And then they reflect it back to me. Isn't it fucking wild? So, I want you to first come into awareness about your perception of health, your body, and how it moves and how it is. And then I want you to ask yourself, is that affecting you and costing you what you actually truly desire? If it is, change the narrative. Only you can change the narrative. It's all up to you. I love you. I can't wait to hear. I would love for you to comment below, like it. Please share this with all your beautiful friends that you think this will land with and that really need to hear this when it comes to their health journey, because I think it's so important and it may trigger you. And you're welcome, because what happens with that is it makes you think. And it really gets you to answer the questions that sometimes we're too afraid to answer or too afraid to look at. So I would love for you to share this. I'd love to send it to your friends, comment below, like it, give me a beautiful rating so that we can share this with more women and impact more women's lives. I'm here to create that impact and to allow women to be the full embodiment and the incredible, amazing, incredible selves that you want to be in this world. And I just want to hold you and honor you and all of that. So I love you and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.